Unrivaled League needs Caitlin Clark, and they are preparing to offer her a massive deal.
Even though they thought they were in on the exclusive club, Angel Reese and A.A. Wilson are definitely feeling the heat as Caitlin Clark finally disclosed her leaked contract for the Unmatched League. Breanna Stewart was secretly making Clark an amazing offer.
It has just been reported today that Caitlin Clark could receive a Lionel Messi-like offer to play in Unrivaled startup 3-on-3 league, which is a full-court press to sign her.
The strategy was simple. Unrivaled didn't just recruit Clark in secret. Instead, they made it appear like top-secret intelligence by imposing a stringent no-disclosure clause on her.
This is also interesting to me because I feel like it is kind of late in the game to start recruiting Caitlin Clark. The Unrivaled League has 26 of their 30 players already.
But Clark has now had enough of the silence, and she is making it clear that everyone who is celebrating her absence from Unrivaled was wrong.
Clark is needed for this league. It should be one of their main goals is to get her to play in the league no matter what that costs, no matter what that is going to take.
Flipping the script on women's sports is the sole objective of Unrivaled, the new, daring face of women's basketball. But because they didn't come here to play by anyone else's rules, let me tell you the complete tale if you don't already know.
Now they're realizing we might need Caitlin. Nafisa Collier, who is one of the founders of Unrivaled, had this to say about Caitlin Clark.
With the backing of influential people like Breanna Stewart and Nika UAM, this is more than just a league. It's practically a movement. Envision 3 fierce games. Giving women's basketball the kind of Showtime focus it hasn't received in years is the aim of the prime time coverage. The best part is that they had one dominant name in mind from the beginning and weren't looking for any sportsman to make the splash. Clark, Caitlin.
Definitely upsetting. I don't think nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, disrespectful, hateful comments and threats.
It's brand new. It's going to be hard to get eyeballs on it. All of these, the WNBA is in their 28th season and it's still a new league. It's hard to get the kind of virality, viewership, all the things that you want right off the bat. And especially if you don't have a big name or a big draw.
But when Unrivaled debuted, the storyline took a turn for the worse, leaving viewers perplexed as to why the biggest rising star, Caitlin Clark, wasn't there. Social media went bananas, and sports broadcasters couldn't stop posing the issue. There were so many people questioning where Caitlin was in the unparalleled comment section.
Kind of physicality and double teams and face guards and all of those things that she was receiving on the court, but also all of the noise, all of the drama, all the media circus surrounding her off the court, that just had to have been so much to handle.
You don't see a rookie pull every day. When she wasn't even in the starting lineup for the largest new league in the area, with a crowd so big that arena attendance climbed by 50%, it felt like a punch in the face to most fans. Unrivaled didn't appear to think Clark was valuable, or worse, they didn't think they could make their big premiere without her.
She should be one of the top paid players in the world just for the sheer numbers that she's bringing.
But no Stewart and her superb staff knew exactly what they were supposed to do. Breanna Stewart, one of the league's co-founders, is accustomed to timely revelations. They intended to keep the audience wondering and then surprise them with the news when it mattered, so she didn't unintentionally keep Clark's involvement a secret. They were building tension and laying the groundwork so that when Clark's news eventually arrived, it would hit like a ton of bricks because they didn't want it to overshadow everyone else on the roster too soon.
To drive revenue so we can give the players extra income opportunities. I had to educate the players. They're good, 75 million divided by 144, pay us.
Stewart. The instant those leaked information made headlines, Caitlin Clark was offered an incredible $75 million to join Unrivaled. It was like an earthquake in the sports world. Clark received a substantial fixed salary, endorsement arrangements, exclusive TV rights, and even a front row seat in Unrivaled. The deal was designed to make her the official face of Unrivaled, a player ambassador marketing machine. Large-scale plans to go global.
And it was just announced recently that Unrivaled struck a television deal with TNT. Now, this exclusive media rights deal is reported to be 45 plus primetime games. TNT Sports are also invested in the league, and sources say that it's a 6-year deal that could be worth more than $100 million.
When the data were released, they hit like a tidal wave for perspective, even though the whole purpose was to avoid stirring things up too quickly. Stewart and her team were aware that this contract was so significant that other players would begin discussing renegotiations or possibly feeling a little excluded as soon as they heard about it.
AA.
Wilson, the current NBA MVP, makes roughly $230,000 a year. Clark has the kind of deal that yells new level like it's nobody's business.
The biggest issue that players had, we did player survey and travel. The league was able to kind of take a lot of pressure off of itself.
In 2024, the WNBA averaged roughly 657,000 viewers each game, with Clark at the center. They are clearly committed to making women's basketball a primetime sensation, as evidenced by their recent unparalleled agreement with TNT. We're discussing more than 45 televised games and a full-thrust effort to get viewers that not even the WNBA has mastered. Unrivaled is wagering that she can more than double that amount.
There have been so many players, coaches, media personality who have been so afraid to just admit the fact that Caitlin Clark has been the sole reason for so many of these things happening this season in the WNBA.
Additionally, Clark's colleagues, elite WNBA players like AA Wilson and Angel Reese, have a slightly different atmosphere, which the fans love. Clark's offer is more than just a surprising amount. It's a sobering reminder of the huge financial gaps in the sport.
Headline says, "We're not asking to get paid what the men get paid. We're asking to get paid the same percentage of revenue shared."
And Angel Reese even expressed her displeasure on social media, suggesting that a single mega contract overshadowed years of hard work for this sport. She can't be blamed for seeing a youngster join the market with an offer that exceeds the compensation for the season. Stars is expensive for players earning between $150,000 and $200,000. It is clear how far unmatched bankroll priorities lay given that Clark's contract is more than 20 times their salary.
We didn't want to rush into it because we wanted new owners, like new ownership groups. Anyone who knows sports here knows, like, it's a slog to be a sports owner.
And the thrilling part starts now. This agreement has the potential to significantly enhance women's sports, but it also carries the possibility of creating significant conflict. The WNBA has fought hard for greater pay, respect, and airtime, and now they are witnessing Clark enter Unrivaled with a golden ticket that is far more valuable than they have ever seen. It's easy to see how seeing a rookie like Clark suddenly in a league of her own, both monetarily and physically, could cause resentment among players who have spent years developing the sport.
Raised overall viewership, like Nafisa said, they're changing venues just to accommodate all the fans who want to come watch Caitlin Clark play.
But Caitlin Clark isn't just any player. She's developed into a huge star and a commercial goldmine. The WNBA has long suffered with lower attendance than its male counterparts, and her first season there showed why.
A lot of this noise came by people that were sitting on this network. They tried to minimize her, said, well, you giving her all this credit.
The Clark effect caused a 50% rise in arena attendance. Her performances drew over 1 million viewers every game, an unprecedented number in the WNBA, as fans flocked to witness her magic on the field. Not only did Clark join the league, but she sparked it right away. Her presence enthralled viewers long after the buzzer sounded, and her highlights became well-known videos on the internet.
We have former NBA players playing in Big Three, right? So for Cube to come out and be like, I'm going to pay Caitlin Clark more than I play any of these guys who used to play in the NBA. I'm going to pay Caitlin Clark more because that's the value that I see in her.
Let's now quickly talk about merchandise. Her jersey practically flew off the racks, setting records in NBA gear sales because fans wanted more than just to watch Clark. They wanted a piece of the event. The WNBA has been fighting hard to get the accolades it so rightfully deserves because of Caitlin Clark's name, her deeds, and her entire brand. Clark's presence was like a miracle gift from the basketball gods. She brought much-needed excitement and exposure, and she attracted not just the typical audience, but also a whole new, younger fan base.
Was so unapologetic with the way that he came out and said, this is who we want, this is the value that we see in her, regardless. If she can't make a game, that's totally fine. We know that it coincides with WNBA season.
Ian Clark was another league before its Unmatched offer. To put this into perspective, Ice Cube was willing to spend 6 times as much for Clark to join his league as the top players in the Big Three League, who are primarily former NBA luminaries, earn between $100,000 and $500,000 per season. Bringing Clark's electric energy and unquestionable personality into a league known for its all-male big-name lineup was just as important as adding a brilliant player. Yes, that is the one where 3 Honor Games in 2024 will be hosted by all of the former NBA players.
We have Lisa Leslie, Nancy Lieberman, there are legends among us in the Big Three, and there are high-level former professional athletes on our courts, and he was okay putting it out there because he knew how much it could help the Big Three.
Cube was making a big statement with this offer. It wasn't just another sports one. He saw something in Clark that defied all expectations in a league full of ex-NBA titans. Even if it meant setting aside the egos of his former superstars, he was prepared to disrupt the Big Three's customs in order to create way for her. Clark's game was more than simply women's basketball. It was a magnet that could attract people from all over the sports world, which is why he wanted her appeal across sports.
Unrivaled would have taken that exact approach, and what it feels like to me is Caitlin Clark was an afterthought in all of this. And maybe she was, maybe she wasn't, maybe they wanted to wait until after the WNBA season.
Cube was making a big statement with this offer. It wasn't just another sports one. He saw something in Clark that defied all expectations in a league full of ex-NBA titans. Even if it meant setting aside the egos of his former superstars, he was prepared to disrupt the Big Three's customs in order to create way for her. Clark's game was more than simply women's basketball. It was a magnet that could attract people from all over the sports world, which is why he wanted her appeal across sports. Leslie Lisa is here, but this is where Clark's choice becomes even more intriguing. She declined Cube's offer of a hefty $3 million carrot and opted to remain in the WNBA, demonstrating that she wasn't merely interested in the money or a fast fame grab. Nancy Lieberman stated, "There are legends among us in the Big Three, and there are high-level former professional athletes on our courts, and he was okay putting it out there because he knew how much it could help the Big Three." Clark chose the WNBA because she saw it as her home base and a league where she could advance professionally and assist others in growing from the inside out. Her commitment to her career and the future of women's sports was evident in this choice.